Hello everyone, Stan Kuntz with Local First. We're just here to interview a couple of happy camper customers for A.S.A.P Heating and Air Conditioning in Modesto. And we have here a couple that have been using A.S.A.P for about 10 years.
That's correct.
And that's Roger and Janice.
Right.
And your last name's?
Gray.
Gray.
Just like the color gray.
Okay, and that's with Stanislaus?
Implement and Hardware Company.
Very good. And so I just wanted to ask you guys, you've been using Chris and A.S.A.P for about 10 years. You started out probably with the company, or did you start out for your home?
No, we started out with the company.
The company, okay. So he did some work for the company.
Yes, and he's done work for us whenever we've needed any work on our air conditioning there at the store.
And then after that, then you decided, well, he did a good job for us here, so let's...
Absolutely,
we got
that's
this issue
exactly
at
what
home.
we did.
Let's call it. Okay, great. So, from your perspective, what has your experience been with working with A.S.A.P Heating and Air Conditioning?
Well, first of all, anytime someone comes to do a task at home, I'm always heads up before anybody who comes through the front door. And what I appreciate about Chris is he's clean, tidy, polite, trustworthy. Maybe trustworthy should be first. I know that when he comes in, I'm safe, everything in the house is safe, and the job will be done well. It'll be a well-done job. And we have 3 zones in this house, so it's almost like he has 3 separate jobs. When he comes for one problem, it doesn't mean the other 2 have a problem. So he comes here for a variety of reasons, but it's always fun to have him here.
Great.
It's always a joy.
That's good to hear. So what's your experience been?
Our experience has been very good. When we call him, he comes out. The name, of course, is A.S.A.P, which means as soon as possible, and that's exactly what he does. He gets here right away, and you can't expect more than that. So our experience at the store has been very, very good, and Stanislaus Implement and Hardware will continue to use him whenever they need him.
That's great.
When you have a problem with when you have a problem with your heating, it's not as big of an issue as when you have a problem with your air conditioning. Air conditioning means A.S.A.P is very important.
Yes, yeah, especially here in the valley.
Exactly,
100-degree days.
That's right,
Yeah.
that's right, that's right.
Well,
So
thank you so much to both of you for taking time out of your day to talk with us a little bit about your experience.
You're entirely welcome.
It's our pleasure.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Chris Mitchener, A.S.A.P Air Conditioning and Heating. I've been in the business for 27 years, and I've been on my own for 13 years, since 1999. We don't charge an arm and a leg like the other folks. I've been told at times we've been several thousands of dollars less than the bigger companies. When they call, we try to respond in the same day or the next day. I've always gotten good rapport from my customers as far as my pricing. Call us at 522-4958, and our web page is asapheatair.com, and you can follow us on Facebook. Can you tell us some of your problems that you had with your air conditioning system before we came in to help you?
Yes, seems like our air conditioner was running constantly. Never could get it down low. We couldn't figure out what was wrong, if it was something with the system. So one of your guys came out, took a look at it, went underneath, and we were losing 40% of our air. We had more air coming out through our underground opening than was going into our house. 4 years ago, we had somebody come out and give us a system. But you know, I mean, people don't go under their house. They can't see what they've done underneath. And we didn't realize that our whole unit under the house, all the duct system had fallen off. So all the air was going underneath instead of in the house.
Yeah, that's a common problem with most people. They don't know what's going on with their systems. That's why this new duct program we have, that we're testing the ducts and sealing the ducts to address the indoor air loss to the attics and the air spaces and the crawl spaces. That's why people don't have a lot of money nowadays, as we're addressing the common concerns with the air duct loss, because they don't think about these problems, you know, when they're changing their air conditioning systems.
Yeah. Our return system didn't have a filter on it. We didn't even know that. We didn't realize. So all the dirt goes right back into your system, which plugs your system up. So, you know, they helped us with all that.
So you didn't have to suffer with any heat or anything during the process?
No, in fact, it was so fast, and they were done within a day and had us up and going, and the unit doesn't work near as hard now. It's shutting off a lot.
Did you notice any difference in your utility bills? Or?
You know, it hasn't been done long enough for us to notice anything yet. We just got it done, so as soon as we get a bill, then we'll know how much it all went down.
Well, I appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule.
Here we are today at the home of Rick and
Claudine
Gray, the managers, I guess, or the operators? Territory managers for Stanislaus Implement and Hardware. Now for 93 years, I guess it was in the family for 93 years. And somehow you met the owner of A.S.A.P Heating and Air Conditioning about 10 years ago. And I guess gave him a shot, gave him a chance to work with you a little bit. And apparently you must have had a good experience, because from what you just told me a few minutes ago, you've referred quite a few people.
That is a true statement. I met Chris 10 years ago when our AC unit at Stanislaus went down. So I called a couple places and got some quotes, and his quote was not the lowest, it was right in the middle. So, but I decided to give him a call because I've seen his trucks around town. And since then, 10 years later, through some friends of mine, he has sold probably 10 units, and they have all been very happy with his sales and service.
Now you had recently had a little situation with your heating and air conditioning. What was Chris able to do for you?
Well, that's one of the things that I've enjoyed about Chris is I haven't had to see Chris. Chris actually called us and said that MID was having a rebate on sealing ducts and asked if he could come by and check our ducts. And no charge to us, it was just a little time out of our day, which was no problem, and we decided sure. And he came over and checked our ducts, and fortunately enough, we didn't need anything because he just did our air conditioning unit and all of our ducts a few years ago. So we passed with flying colors.
You weren't losing a lot of air. It wasn't going into the wrong places.
No, it was actually quite sealed. And I was curious to know how sealed our unit was. So we killed two birds with one stone, and it didn't cost any money. That was nice.
Good price point.
Yeah. The best price point, $0.
Yeah, that's good. So now Chris has done some work for you on a commercial level too.
Correct.
And what were you able to see any differences before and after?
Oh yeah, the biggest difference is we could sit at our desk and we had a cool office. That would be first and foremost. But the second thing is when we adjust our temperature on the little gauge there, it's a little digital temperature gauge, and we hit it and it keeps that temperature all day. It's the nicest spot in the whole building to be.
Yeah, right in that little sweet spot. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, great. Well, thank you for taking time today to just share what your experience has been with A.S.A.P Heating and Air Conditioning.
Oh, my pleasure.
Yeah,
Thank
you
you
so much.
You bet. You bet.